Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I think this is day 36 or 37 of trying to improve by 1% every day. And today there was a lot of different things that went on, a lot of mixed emotions like, hey, did I improve today or did I not improve today? And really it's all down to the mental game. I spent a lot of time watching like Snapchat Spotlight and YouTube Shorts, which wasn't good, right? Not good at all. So I woke up at like 6:30 and I think I ended up watching YouTube for an hour till 7:30, but it's not like I was watching YouTube Shorts. I was watching motivational videos. No. It's like all those what is it? Reject modernity, like modern things, and embrace masculinity. I kept watching those videos. They were all the same. They were literally the same video over and over again. And then I finally got out of bed and worked out. And the workout wasn't that good, but what I realized is that I kind of need to focus more on like the stabilizing muscles while doing calisthenics. So I worked a little bit on my shoulders. Like instead of doing like the 20-pound lat raises, I just did 10-pound for a few like extra reps with good like motion. Slow, I don't know, slow rise, slow whatever. And then finally at the end, I went till failure with 10 pounds, which surprisingly didn't take that long. It took like 20 some reps and I got to failure and I was like, okay, well, that's cool. So I worked on my shoulders a little bit more today. And then finally, well, what was it? I sat on my phone for a longer time and eventually I came to this video that was talking about like how to do the handstand, right? And it was like, this is what you need to do to strengthen your shoulders and then get into a handstand. And that's why I was strengthening my shoulders today. And I finally said, hey, why not just try the handstand, right? My shoulders aren't that strong. I can barely do a pike push-up, right? Or can barely do a few pike push-ups. But I decided, why not try it? Because I was like, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe my shoulders can strengthen by just holding a handstand to begin with, like going off the wall, getting to a handstand, being able to hold the handstand, and then maybe through that, I can find out a way to get from the ground straight to a handstand. So what I did is I kind of just put my, what was it? I went where like my stomach would be to the wall. So like I'm here, I'm here and the wall's like here. And then I like crawl up the wall with my feet. And then I was kind of just like holding like half, like my legs were bent 90 degrees. And then I was focusing on like bailing out of it, like seeing how I could get out. And then I was like, hey, why not just go all the way up? So I go all the way up, bring my hands up, and I'm just in a full handstand now. And it's like, okay, when you're there, there's really only one way to get out. And you kind of just gotta like bail, like you just let your feet go to one side or something and then bail out. And I just did that a few times. It's like, okay. And that was cool. Then I went over, did some of my schoolwork, went out for dinner, spent a lot of time on my phone. Again, my screen time was like 7 hours today. It was absolutely wild. But then later tonight, like right now, after 8:30, after I studied a little bit because I've got some tests tomorrow, I decided to go back down there and found out that now I almost got a handstand push-up while my hands were on the wall. Like I got all the way down and then I got like halfway up before I had to bail. So if I just do that a few more times, like do more negatives, like your handstand, go all the way down, like head to the ground and then bail and just do that a few more times, get the motion, and then maybe like go halfway down and then push up and keep doing that. Maybe I'll get the handstand push-up. And then what I decided was, hey, let's just try kicking off the wall a little bit. And it's like you gotta grip the floor, like your fingers are really balancing you. So what I was doing to strengthen my fingers and like my hands, because I guess with the handstands you're holding, like you're gripping the ground, and then like if you're leaning a little too far right, you like push your hand down a little more and like grip it differently. So what I was doing was fingertip push-ups, which I used to only be able to do on my knees. Like you put just your fingertips on the ground and then do push-ups. And now I can do 6 fingertip push-ups for 3 sets. So it's like you just put your fingers on the ground. They're all that's touching the ground other than your feet. And then you just do push-ups. And that that really gets your fingers like sore a little bit. But then going to the handstands, it felt all right. Like I was able to move my fingers and like put different amounts of pressure on them. So today was a lot of spending time on my phone. But what I did learn is that I should just experiment, right? If there's things I want to do, like I've wanted to do this handstand push up for like years, right? Really, the past like month or two is when I've really wanted to do it, but I've never tried, right? I've been like, oh, I'll do pike push ups, I'll do pike push ups. But it's like, when are you going to finally try and see if you can do it? And what I found out is maybe I can almost do a handstand, like off, like kicking off the wall. I got up to like 5 seconds was my max, like handstand. Like I was, I was just there. My feet were just in the air, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I'm learning how to bail out of it. And it's like you just practice failing, and it's just like a repeat. Like you try and then you fail, you try, you fail, you try, you fail. But from the start of the day, when I could barely do 10 pike push-ups, to the end of the day, where now I can almost hold a handstand, right, for like 5 seconds. That's a pretty big difference. I mean, I can't like get up to a handstand from the ground, which would be the next goal. Well, not the next goal. The next goal would just be practice the handstand, maybe get to a handstand push up while I'm on the wall, which I can work on that throughout the days. But it's a lot of progress for a very little amount of time. And now I'm just imagining if I didn't spend all this time on my phone, how far could I get on like everything else in my life? Like if I just spent that time on other things, I could progress so much, right? And also the tank tops look nicer, right? Working on the shoulders a little bit. You can't really tell. Um, that was the day. A lot of time on my phone. And even though I was like, I'm not going to procrastinate today, I'm going to do everything right. I didn't. I did, right? You never do everything right. But even today, I had to write like a satirical story about some fairy tale. So I did Three Little Pigs, and I did morning routines for some reason. It's like I named a bacon, egg, and cheese. And the first guy, what was it? It like really bad morning routine. He just wakes up whenever, and then he spends his time on his phone, right? He built his house out of straw, and then the big lazy wolf comes by, and it's like, okay, that's not enough, right? Blows your morning routine. You can't even call it a routine to shreds. And then the next guy, Egg, is like, okay, I'm gonna be more productive, right? He gets up semi consistently at like, I don't know, 7 a.m., sometimes like 5 a.m., right? It's all over the charts. And then he's like, okay, today I'll write down a to-do list, but it's very vague, right? It's like exercise. And it's like, that's not good, right? This to-do list is bad. And then he really only gets like one thing on the to-do list done during the day. And then he's like journaling semi-consistently. And that's kind of how I feel, right? But then he builds his house out of sticks. His foundation is better than nothing, better than straw, but it's still not good, right? It can get blown down so easily. The swarm of TikTok notifications comes in, and his mind is consumed by procrastination and doom scrolling for the next few hours. And that's how I am, right? I'm Egg. And then finally cheese, I made like Ashton Hall. Like he's just crazy, right? Not distracted by the big lazy wolf at all. His temptations, it's like that doesn't fear me, right? That just does not appease me at all. Like I do not care about all these notifications, TikTok, social media. I don't care about it, right? I just do me. And then it's like in the end, one of them came like entrepreneur, like successful entrepreneur. One of them became world's richest man, and one of them became like the next Ashton Hall. It's like, nice story, right? But it made me realize, even though I was like writing it, is like just trying to be productive-ish isn't enough, right? You like to win the morning and to win your day, you have to own the morning and own your day. And that's my problem. I don't own the morning. I don't own the day. So even though I might improve here or there, there's still so much time throughout the day that I lose. And I'm going to try through these next couple days to get rid of that losing time and start turning it all into winning and all of it until I own the day. So that's the thing. Improved a bit today, right? Like I still spent so much time on my phone, so mentality's not better, but at least I learned that I should just experiment with new things and try, because maybe I'll be better at them than I think. Like handstand, I never thought I'd been able to do one of those. Like never in my life have I thought I could do a handstand. And I'm like, I see the possibility. I could see in a week being able to hold one for 10, 20 seconds. I can see it. And it's really just that little glimmer of hope that should get you motivated and get you ready to go attack life and live. So that's kind of the rundown for today. I thank you all for watching, and hopefully you guys go out and try something new. Maybe you go try a handstand. Okay, bye.